Well, it's another winter day. I don't have no honey to spend, no gold to find. So what do? Put some valve seals on this old 1970 Chevy 350 motor. Had to pull it out of my car, put an oil pan gasket on, timing chain cover, and gasket, water pump. And she's puffing a little oil, so the easiest thing to do besides rings and other things is put valve seals on, so I thought. So right now we're going to do valve seals, and we'll give you a little rundown on how to do that. Okay, so the tools you're going to need is a breaker bar, so you can turn the motor over and get it to the right position for you. You're going to need a fitting that you can put in a spark plug hole, because once you release the clips, the retainers on these valve springs, you don't want the valves to drop down in your cylinders. Then you'll have more work to do. And I went to Harbor Freight because I never did this before. I bought one of their cheap valve spring compressor tool, and I have to say, in the beginning, it didn't work all that well, but as with anything, you got to figure it out. And she's working great now that I got it dialed in a little bit. So what we're going to do is you got to make sure your engine's at top dead center on the compression stroke. So you put your breaker bar on your harmonic balancer bolt with all your spark plugs out so it's easy to turn. And you watch for your valve to move here, which is your intake, which is shutting down. This would be your exhaust by your exhaust. I take a wire here and I stick it in the spark plug hole to make sure that the piston's up to the top. So let's try this out. I can't feel a piston now. So let's see how this works. Now watch that valve. Okay, it's on a full intake stroke. Now,
waiting for the posse. We're not driving fast enough, I don't think. But we're heading down for the first day.
now she's coming up. It just sucked the fuel in the engine. Now the piston's coming up on the combustion stroke. And sure enough, it's pushing this up. Okay, she's up to the top. Pull your wire out, don't forget it in there. Now you're gonna put your fitting in. And normally you take these rocker bolts off by hand, but I'm getting old, so I'm going to take them off with a little power here. I always like to put everything back in the same spot. The rockers will feel a little loose on you when they're in a neutral position, which is how they're supposed to be, because if your rockers are too tight, these push rods can't spin. This is what pumps oil up into your rockers. That's why it kind of goes all over the place, and you get it running down your stems here, and it'll go in your engine and puff some smoke. So the next thing I like to do is, while you got the springs on, I found out these will get a little sticky in here. So I just like to tap them a little bit. So when you put your valve spring compressor on, it won't be stuck. We're gonna put some air to it now. Okay, so I had to put a little Teflon tape on my fitting. It's still leaking. Also, there's just a slight bit of air coming out of the exhaust port here. So once I get the tool on there, I'll spin that, try to knock off whatever carbon might be on there. But let's get started. So you want to make sure your tool is all the way at the top. Now Chevys have this little coil spring here, and then they also have a flat spring. So it's kind of hard to get this set in there all the way. What you do is you spread it apart. Try to find an area where this will fit. Alright, I think we got a spot. So now that's in there really good, you want to make sure these two pieces don't cover up your keepers so you can get them out. Okay, take a look at her, make sure it all looks good. Once it gets a little loose, you can feel you can turn it around a little bit. Now, you should be able to see the play you got with your keepers on there. See if I can shed a little more light on that for you. These right here. And sometimes they'll come right out of there for you with a magnet. There you go, that's one. Stick it in your tray. Move your spring tool around a little bit. The other one comes out, voila. There's a little groove on the inside of these. They taper down at what catches your valve stem. The very top groove holds it in there. Pull this out. And the old seal is still stuck in there, so I'll take a needle nose and get that out very carefully so I don't dislodge the spring holder. So you take your new one, put a little oil on it, on the top so it slides in easily. I put it in the second groove there, but it normally will pop out when you push this on, but it'll find its way home. So let me get this piece out, and I'll show you how to assemble it. Okay, I was able to reach down there with a needle nose and pull this old cap out. They're kind of brittle, so a lot of times they get stuck when you're using this type of tool. They don't come out the easiest. But to put it back together, you simply stick your tool back on, give it a little push. Okay, that pushed it sealed down even further. Take your keeper, tapered side down. Let me see if I can get a little light in here so you can see a little bit better how this is working. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lean it towards me. Okay, now I got it in the first groove right there. I'm going to get my other one. Go on the back side of that. Then what I like to do is pull it up a little bit, make sure it's in there, and start loosening it up. Simple as that. Then what I like to do when everything is looking good on it, I like to hit it a couple times. You can see the pressure coming out through the carburetor here. I don't like to beat on it too much, but basically, yeah, go all the way down the line that way. When you put your rocker back on, make sure your cone piece is facing down into your rocker. Put your locking nut on, and you tighten it up. And after it gets tight, it should just have a little wiggle like this to it. Once the car is running, I like to go through with the valve covers off and just adjust them that way. You want to make sure these are spinning and it's not too tight. And basically that's it. So hopefully this will quit puffing a little bit of that blue smoke now. And we'll move on to the next winter project. Have a good day. Okay. Kind of wanted to give you a little closer up view of how you make sure your motor's at top dead center. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our strap, ratchet strap back on this harmonic balancer nut right here. And if you watch closely, the valve that we are going to be doing are these two right here. So this is the exhaust valve. This is the intake. Once the intake pushes down and opens up, means it's drawing in fuel mixture as the piston goes down. When it starts coming up, this is closed. You get on your compression stroke, and that's what we want to be in. So we're going to check it with our trusty wire right there. So let's watch them lifters right there and valves. Okay, that's the exhaust valve going down on the one that we are doing. So the exhaust is going out. Now it's starting to go down again because it's drawing in fuel. As you see, this is going down. It's coming back up. That's when I want to put my wire in to get on the compression stroke. There we go, up to the top of the piston. These are free, so they got a little wiggle room in them. That's how you want to leave them. Normally these are hydraulic lifters, so this push rods are hollow. They'll spin and rotate around. There's a little hole in the top of this rocker cover. As they move up and down, the hydraulic lifter has a spring mechanism that pumps oil up through here, and that what lubricates the top of your motor. So what I like to do is start the motor up with the valve covers off and just fine tune each one so you don't hear no clicking. If you can't get rid of the clicking, then you got a collapse lifter. That's another game that we're not going to do today. So enjoy the rest of the video.